Hey, welcome to the bridge call. Every time I say that, we've already had like a big, awesome discussion and we're all like laughing and everything. So by the time I hit the record button, I feel I'm on repeat. So welcome everybody. We got some other people that'll be coming in later. And welcome Danny and all you wonderful co-creators that are going to help raise the vibration through the roof.
Yes, good to see you all.
I'm feeling good. How are you feeling, Danny?
Awesome. I love summer. I'm out in the sun, did my walk. Just love this time of year. Short sleeves, yay!
Look at me,
Sandals.
it's a little chilly for me.
Might be. Oh, I love it.
Summer loves you.
Sorry?
Summer loves you. Whatever you desire, it desires you.
Yes, yes. And it's been a pretty good summer, actually.
Good.
Well, it's been pretty good. I'm loving it. It might be a little bit too hot for here, but here it's just great. I can imagine how hot it is where he is.
Where's Tahir?
Tahir?
Yeah.
He's in Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Where's 200 degrees?
Today is not really bad. Today is good. It's about 93 degrees. So it's
93.
Okay. Yes.
That's a cool day for you. Okay.
Not cool, but it's good. Because sometimes it's shoot to 99, 100, and that, and there's a little bit of humidity, and yeah, sometimes it's just a little bit too much. But this, but 91, 93, 80s, it's okay. It's good. That's a good
handle it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a super.
Yeah, I like it around 87. 87 is nice.
30 Celsius.
Yeah, it's gotta hit a little higher than that for me. Helen, how's the weather? Nice and hot? You gotta unmute. Where are you now? You gotta unmute and you're in the dark.
I was sorry, I was just checking. I'm like, what's the weather here? I think it's 33.
Just
I'm
stick your head out the
pouring with
window.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. It's too hot. There's a slight breeze, which is just lovely.
I know,
and I'm
that little
lying
breeze
under a
like...
mosquito net. Like, I'm gonna crack this mosquito issue. I'm under the net.
Good. He's in
Yeah, no, it
Panama
is.
City, by the way.
Hot. I'm in Colon, which is the other end of the Panama Canal.
Oh, are you? Okay. Oh, because the boat hasn't left yet.
And yeah, funny enough, no.
Right. Okay. I get you.
So lavender and citrus oils. Mosquitoes don't like it.
Yeah, I've got citronella. They also don't like eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
So I've been covering myself in Vicks.
Yeah. Breathing really good, I guess. Must be breathing really awesome.
Yeah, really awesome.
All right, so awesome. So welcome everybody, and let's open up the circle and create a safe space and clean it and protection for anybody on the call and anybody else that will be coming in on the replay.
Exactly.
So are you wanting that you want to open up the circle, Danny, or do you want me to do it?
I can. Sure.
Okay. All right. I think you're just gonna.
We call on each and every one of our spirit guides and angels of light to surround us and support us at this time. We call on Father, Mother, God, Creator to create a window or a ball of white light around each and every one of us, a circle of protection, a circle of light, a circle of love. And may this be also for those that watch us on YouTube, that they will feel this protection, they will feel this connection to source energies, and be a pleasant place for us to commune here together and share what we have to share. And we accept this as manifest right here and now.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So my topic, and it's not only my topic, it's like whatever anybody wants to bring to the table, but Danny and I, we kind of talked during the week going, what are we talking about Wednesday? And that's how it happens. So I've been on a 5-day challenge with a guy, Richmond, online. And one of the things that he came up with yesterday that, you know your takeaways when you're on a course. The takeaway that I got yesterday was, when you're trying to move into your next level, or what it is that you should be doing because of your gifts or because of who you are, and you're not doing it, there's apprehension, there's fear, there's whatever. So the saying that he came up with was, value your word more than you value fear. So you can apply that to everything and anything. You can value your whatever, all the things that you value in life more than you value fear or your attachments to things. So that's where this list of values came from, because we get like distracted, and especially what's happening on the planet. I don't know about you guys, man, but there's so many bells and whistles online. It's like, oh, go here, check this out. Oh yeah, I got to look at that. Oh, save it, get back to it. And it's like, you get back to it, you're like, what was I thinking here? Like, okay, clear. And there's a lot of distractions, when my word was, no, you're getting up and you're going to meditate every morning, and you're going to do some automatic writing. And my word is not being valued because I am not being consistent with what I create for myself, right? So the second part of that is, anything that you want in your life, all those that you desire, that you want to create, are on the other side of the fear, are on the other side of the out of integrities, are on the other side of the struggle. So so that was a good takeaway last night in the program, because how many times have I said I was going to do something and I wasn't my word? And I could say, oh, I'm going to be there for you, and yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and yeah, I'm 100%, you can count on me. But when it comes to doing it for myself or being my own word, it's a different ballgame. So but recently I have been more my word. I have been like focused on what is needing to be done versus like CRA and taxes and tickets and the courts and, the finances and all those things that are not fun.
Yeah.
But because I said I was going to do it and I do it, I feel good. I'm like, okay. And then I'm playing around in CRA and I'm trying to get everything done in the paperwork and stuff. And guess what? I found $150 worth of checks that I never received.
Wow.
And I'm like, thank you. So I just had to sign the paper and submit it, saying, okay, I'm here to receive. So that got completed today. So that's exactly what we're saying here. So what's on the other side of the procrastination, the apprehension, the distractions, the fears, all the crap that keeps us stuck is, for me, there was $150 on the other side. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that are happening. So I don't know about you, but there's two different time frames that are happening. There's one where you're moving moment to moment to moment and being in the moment. And then there's that other one that's got you impatient and got you like, can't wait and want it to hurry up. And I'm feeling like there's parallel lives. And it's like, I'm always like, okay, we got to hurry up. We got to hurry up. And then I jump out of that timeline and I go back into the moment by moment by moment to slow it down. Because why would you want to rush when you can be in the moment, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to throw it out there. Does anybody else want to share any wins that you've had? Or an example of valuing your word and valuing yourself more than your fears or distractions or anything else that knocks you out of your own game. If they have an example of that.
Well, I can just say I've been doing something that is unpleasant lately, and I'm just pursuing it, and I'm putting all my time and energy into it, and it's looks like I'm going to have completion very, very soon.
Cool.
The time, energy, and it was hard because the last couple of days the weather's been so good, and I had to stick on my computer and go.
Oh, you keep freezing up, Danny. Danny, come
Can you hear me?
back.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you keep freezing up. Ah. Hello, Danny, come back. You're too high vibe right now.
Hello,
There you are.
hello.
There you go. Okay, you're back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So you were doing all this work with the sun out and everything, and
Yeah, and I just pursued. I said dedication, not procrastinating, and just pushing through. And said, you know what, I can do this. And it got a lot done today, and I was very pleased with myself. You know, when we see some actual results, and we see, well, you know, it wasn't that much fun, but look what I accomplished today. I just pushed right through it, and I feel really good about what I accomplished today.
Awesome.
And those little accomplishments are really nice to feel.
Yeah.
Really nice to feel.
yep, beautiful, because they also build like esteem, confidence,
Mhm.
you know, because when you put that, when you complete that task, then you can take on the next task. That's like, okay, if I can do that one, I can do this one. So
Yeah, we're stronger than we think we are. You know what? I really believe it. We really are strong.
I think it's the little kid in us that are like, no, I just want to go out and play.
That's right.
I
We
don't
want
want
to
to work.
play. Exactly. We just want to play.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just have to bear down and dig in, right?
Yeah.
So it was
And
very good.
that's good. That's good. And also too, like I've been staying in the moment because I know that there's going to be a lot of things coming my way. And I thought, I'm like, oh, hurry up. Like, let's get on with it. And da, da, da. And then I'm thinking, no, just relax. Because now I am almost at the crossroads of, do I go down this road and go to school through this channel, or do I go down this road and go through the certification and diplomas on this road? So now I'm like, oh my God, this was the place, a moment in time that I didn't want to have to deal with. So
Decision.
I'm going to have to really tune into myself and see which is the best road to take.
It is. Good for you. Anybody else?
Well, I have to say that I have had this huge breakthrough with my daughter Meredith, and I want to let everybody know that Danny had a big part in this, going through our past lives and seeing that I had abandoned my daughter in many, like, I said, yes, since she came into this world, like with her arm's length to me, like did not want anything. I could never nurture her. She made my life miserable basically for all these years. And when I realized that, when Danny shared with us that I had abandoned her in 168 lifetimes before we came into this one, it explained a lot. And
Does.
it's taken us months really for her to, we just had a big breakthrough. She called me and said, I want you to make me dinner. And I said, I can do that. That's easy. And so I made her dinner, and then 2 days later, she's just breaking down, crying, like that kind of nurturing. It's just like, and I said, honey, that's been available to you since day one. She said, I know, but I always pushed you away. And I mean, this is just, she's 43 years old. So this is
Wonderful.
just, and we've been through Landmark, we've been through Avatar, we've been through everything. And we knew intellectually, but to get it on this level it's just amazing. And I think that one of the things that I really did this time was I just stayed present with her. For as miserable as she was to me, I just said, honey, what can I do for you? Because you can beat up on me as much as you want, but what can I do for you? And that kind of changed everything. She said, you could just make me dinner. And I'm like, well, I could do, that's easy. I could do that. But I think that what's made the difference also is me getting really, really okay with who I am. Knowing I've done everything in my power to do, to help, do whatever. I just feel like I can stay present through an attack. I can stay present, and I can just, be loving no matter what.
Good for you.
And that's really a shift.
Very much.
Yeah. So, and not go into the drama and say, oh my God, my daughter did to me. Like, I'm not there anymore. It's just, okay, how can I change it? But Lucie, what was the original question you asked? Like, how does this relate?
So the original question is, what do you value versus fear, distractions? Like, what do you really value? So in your case, you value peace, you value yourself.
And I valued myself, and I valued the love. Like, I know the love that I have poured into that child. And I don't have any guilt or remorse or anything anymore. Like, I have done everything in my power. And when you can stand in that for yourself, like, everything around you shifts. It has to shift. That's when we're not at the affect of anybody else anymore. I mean, that's how I feel. I'm not at the mercy of how somebody feels about me anymore. So it was big. It was big. But Danny, I really want to just give you a lot of credit for, I think that we were both ready, that we had done a lot of work and we knew a lot, but the missing piece was I could never understand how she could feel that way about me and treat me like that. Because in this lifetime, she even said, Mom, you didn't deserve it. You've been there for me all the time. You know what she also said is, you've never given up on me. Which I didn't, except that I've given her arm's length for the last 6 months. I've not sent any food. I just stopped. Like, no, I'm not doing this anymore because there's no appreciation, and I'm not going to continue to be treated badly. So I think people should know, I mean, I think the value of that past life regression is like, to me, that was,
The whole idea is understanding what's the issue between the two people.
right.
And for you, it had to be in the past life. And
Right.
once you understand the dynamics of the past life, you go, oh, this is why this is happening.
Right.
Then with the understanding, now we can heal this,
Yeah.
right?
And why it's so intense.
And the other thing is that, I always knew that she was given to me as a child, that I was strong, and that I would figure out this mental illness, whatever, all that stuff, that I would figure it out. But it was getting to the point where, like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to be in this lifetime, and there's nothing I could do about it. But I always believed that we were here to integrate mother and daughter relationships on the planet. She knew it too. She told me that before I knew. And here it is 20 years later. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm very grateful, Danny.
Very well.
Yay. That's
Wonderful
a great
story.
example. Yeah, it's a great example. That also reminds me of the story that I mentioned to you, Danny, about the meeting I went to Sunday morning. And remember the thing I was working on for the last couple of years of breaking up the financial issues and stuff, because a while ago I just had so much fixation on finances like my whole life. And I said that to Franco, and I'm like, what gives? Why is everything about money? Having it, not having it, getting it, like moving it, like what is going on? He goes, oh, well, you had many lives dealing with money. And I'm like, why would I have so many lives about money? And then I backtracked, and I ended up, when I was with that group in the UCC,
Right.
we were in Peterborough actually. And then all of a sudden, the whole gang that was there, we were all working through dismantling the money system. All of a sudden, I saw us all in the courtrooms with the big white wigs
Oh my
and the
God.
black robes and the funny looking pants. And I went, oh my God. We were the one, and back in like London, like back in the day. And then I went back into another life where I had a life where I was part of creating the monetary system. And I said that to Franco. I said, Franco, did I have a life in London in 1666? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, you were part of the group creating the monetary system, but you knew that it was a joke, and somebody's going to figure this out sooner or later. And ever since that life, I have been trying to dismantle this thing.
That you helped create.
I helped create. So, and
Wow.
I did 7 other lives around money. I was the bum, I was the rich, I was the good rich, I was the bitch rich, like I was the middle class. I played each and all, but they were all centered around money. But this last Sunday, I'm sitting in a woman's meeting, and things that happened 10 years ago has now reared its ugly head recently. So I'm now like, okay, let's clean this up. Next thing you know, all my belief systems and patterns started doing this around me, like a vortex. And I was watching this thing like unravel before me, and years and the hurts and all the judgments and the behaviors. And I swear I was watching a movie like I was little, like I was Wizard of Oz, and Toto was flying around and everything. It's like, oh my God. And you could just feel this whole thing coming out of me.
Wow.
All attached around money, and releasing it and transcending it. And yeah, and and there's just, and all the emotions that were attached to it too, because in the process with all this unraveling,
Mhm.
what I had to do to release the hold was forgive myself, just keep forgiving myself and not be so fixated on trying to figure it out. Right. And just allow and let go of the resistance and allow God to come in and just go, I don't know how this gets resolved. I don't know how this is going to look like. And I'm done trying to figure this out. So it's all yours. And that's what's been happening in the last couple of years. Well, Sunday, this thing, I swear I was sitting in a room full of women and I had my own little tornado going on around my head. Like cows, you know, the cows and the farms and everything. Well, mine were all beliefs and thought patterns and behaviors. And I went, oh my God, I can't believe this is going on. So I left there, you know,
Ready.
a little raw, but light. And I knew, just give me a minute. Let me get grounded here, because I just saw like everything get sucked out of me like a vacuum.
Mhm.
So you know what? I've just been committed to having clear, and I value that more today versus, you know, all the behaviors and thought patterns that were holding it in place. So I value more releasing it, letting it go. I don't know how it's going to look. Maybe I'll be embarrassed. Maybe I'll look like a weirdo, or maybe I'll be found out or whatever. I don't know. You know what? And it didn't matter because I valued being all cleared from the monetary system and everything that goes around it.
Huge. Well, you
And
surrendered.
and with that, it's just allowing it to dismantle finally. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I guess that was huge.
Yeah. Do I get the new car now?
Whatever.
You know what? And there's can't be any expectations on the other end. It's just like, you know, what are you committed to? What are you committed to? And you know what? And the cool thing about these energies, and even today, I think we have the new moon coming in. Is it the new moon or what moon do we got now coming in?
Veronica would know.
The new
That's right.
New
It's
moon.
already here.
Yeah.
It was already it was yesterday and the day before. But here's the wild thing about it is Mars, Jupiter are kind of squaring off with Pluto right now. It's pretty crazy stuff going on. No,
Okay.
seriously, and that's a lot. There's going to be a lot of well, I don't know what you could call it, but there'll be a lot of energy, obviously. Let's say it that way. It's going to
Okay.
be a little bit of a ride because, you know, like each one of the different planets do different things, right? And so,
Yeah.
you know, Pluto's really here to kind of blow things up and sort of like give us an opportunity just to kind of like have no opinions, have no plans, make no decisions because all is the way it's to be. You know, and we know that sort of thing. And then when we look past, if we go into sort of like the idea of what Mars is all about, is it's really and I mean, I'm not sure the timelines because, you know, I'm not an astrological expert, right? But I just know
Yeah.
these and I understand the planets are doing some things. So Saturn's also involved there too. And Saturn's like, I don't want to swear, but Saturn's kind of like a no shit, like take no prisoners. And it will bring up, Mars will bring up, and Saturn as well will bring up some stuff for us over the next few months, just to really, really clear it out. And we've heard these conversations before, right? But it's just a little bit of a roller coaster as things line up. And then what's one planet is really, I can't remember which one it is, and I'll have to do a little more research on this. I was trying to find it, but it was the idea that one of the planets is coming into alignment that hasn't been into a certain alignment for like 360 years or something. Like it's crazy what's going on.
I
So
heard about that. Yeah.
so really the truth is it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster for a few months, but then things will settle back down and you know, we'll have a little bit of a calm again. But I really like the idea that the one conversation I thought was pretty cool was the idea that, you know, really just don't make any plans, don't have any opinions, just let everything flow. Because really, it is all, the master plan is already laid out,
Mm-hmm.
It is, allow
right?
stuff.
So it's in every way, it's like even what you were saying, Tia, about discovering about what's there for your daughter. This has already been pre-written, you know? You know, like it's all,
I'm sure. And you know, the thing is, Veronica, I knew, I've
yeah,
known, I
yeah.
knew, like it was absolutely, I was her perfect mother. And then, you know what, I think when I let go of it all, you know, about 6 months ago, I'm just like, I'm done trying. I'm not sending dinners over. I'm not giving her money. I'm done. I'm done. And I just let it go. I just let the whole thing go. And look
Right.
what's happening. It's
Exactly, because you're just letting it go. That's exactly the word right
Wonderful.
there.
Yeah,
Let it go. The
just
other
let
thing I
it
do
go.
know is that there's with Saturn is going to be really interesting when it's really in full bloom. I don't know what word to use. But the idea that it's really an opportunity for us to connect highly on our intuition and really connect to, you know, like what's important and to abundance and to all of those things and just really connect. So again, it's just this idea, let go, let God, whatever you know,
right.
it's all gonna happen. And
Yeah.
it's already in the makings. But it might be a little bit of a ride.
Oh, it's
Okay.
been a ride for sure. But
Oh.
yeah, but yeah, it's really
Yeah. But the opportunity too for everything to get cleared out, you know, like if in my case, one of the things I know in my own zodiac is that in the whole lineup of my charts and everything is that one of the things that's there and the plan is for me to be really hit with this worry wart thing that I tend to have. I'm like, where did I get that from? And then I look back at my mother and look back at my grandmother and I look back and I say, oh, look, it's there generationally. Oh, I thought I did all this work on my ancestors. I guess that piece has to be dismantled too, you know? So it's like little things and just whatever's in the flow.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one you're working on now. You know,
Yeah,
like it's like, oh, okay.
but I will say, Lucy, from what you were saying earlier, this conversation about abundance, as I told you, there was 1 month where I experienced I was like $19 in my bank account. I went, okay, I'm done with this. Literally said I was done with this. And in this, like within 2 months, I've turned it around to the point where, you know, I have another job and I have every day so many clients coming in that I've tried to hire 2 other girls to work with me because
Wow.
that's the next thing, because this abundance. And I was just like, I'm not living in that. Not only am I not living in that, but the idea of why I'm not living in that is because I know the abundance for me financially, if that's part of it, is to assist others. It's not for me. It's to assist others. You know, it's for all of us. It's not, and every single thing that we're doing, what Tia was just saying, she's doing this is for the collective. Everything that we're doing is bigger than us,
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
whatever it is. So
Good.
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
So
It's
Winnie,
all
the birthday
good.
girl.
Oh.
Is it today?
So
No,
Friday.
not today. Friday.
Sorry?
Friday.
Friday. Wow.
Mhm.
Happy birthday.
46 US.
That's brilliant. That's so funny.
What is that in
46
Canadian?
years. Yes, in Canadian.
Oh, sorry, maybe it's this way or
That's
this way.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
So Winnie, you got your hand up there, girl. What do you want to bring?
Oh, I think I had a really aha moment like this week. The energy was just, there was a big shift.
Good.
It's a big shift for the better. It's like a lot of aha moments. I think one of the biggest shift that I was able to integrate was it's really the resistance. So if you really let go of resisting, then the pattern, whatever pattern it is, it will start to dismantle itself. So, you know, it's, and I can definitely relate with what here, as mentioned, because my relationship with my mom was just perfect. for as long
Perfectly
as I can
chaotic.
remember, right? And so it finally got to the point where I'm at peace with it. When I stopped resisting, then it was like, oh, okay, it shifted. And so what else? There's this another one that is coming, and I'm still integrating it. Was it's I like, you know, Lucie, you had a hand with setting up the financial system, this beautiful financial system that we have now. And I somehow I had I don't think it was on this planet. It was probably on another planet. I had a hand in something that is similar to what Oppenheimer did. So
Oh,
it was like, but on a different planet. I don't know whether it was an atomic bomb or some other kind of. So that's why it was like I knew about it. I kind of have some inkling about it, but it was really I have bits and pieces of the information, and then all this. And I think when I was like I was really drawn to the Oppenheimer movie, even though I haven't even seen it yet. But I do, when I was just looking at all the interviews and the reviews about it, and it just like more of the information just came to me was, oh, I'm attracted to it because I did something similar. And
wow.
at the time. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's why we're going to see that movie Friday.
Yeah, definitely. I wanna pull it all open
Uh-huh.
to get just to integrate it. So yeah.
All right.
So so that's I know that's and I also resonated with what Veronica mentioned, that don't make any plans, because I was told, I don't remember by whom, that whatever I think I'm gonna do, it's not that, something else. It's going
That's
to
exactly what I
unfold.
was told too, Winnie.
It's going to unfold. So yes, I can make plan, but just know that whatever
change.
I may have planned, it may not work out, and be okay with that. So I'm still trying to be okay with
Perfect.
whatever plans it is going to go a different direction. So
Yeah.
that was kind of yeah. So those things.
It's good news to hear that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because then you make the plans, like you said, but
Yeah, make
you
a plan,
make no
sure.
plans, but at the same time know that they might. Yeah, I like that. That's exactly what I
And
was.
just know that be flexible. Don't get offended if some other things got thrown
Yeah,
in the way. So
not let go.
yeah.
That's funny because when I was moving, I had this decision to like give up all my sewing stuff and make it easy and just dump it all and move. And I just and Danny was even saying, oh, Spirit's saying let it all go. Everybody's saying let it all go. And I just didn't let it go. And it's all packed up and it's in this room. And it's like, I mean, so I'm out of my apartment, but it's in storage. And I'm like, what? Something's going to happen with that. I don't know what. I mean, it might not be mine, but it might go to somebody in the right way. Like, I'm just like, okay, let's just see what happens here.
Exactly.
You know?
And
And
she's
I'm
got
okay
a
with-
lot.
Huh?
And she has a lot.
Oh my God.
I packed it.
Oh my God. It
I
was
can relate, because I have a lot of
Yeah, Winnie's a
sewing
sewer.
material as well. I have my
no, there's a bumper sticker that says whoever dies with the most fabric wins. I am definitely in the running in the world.
Wins. It's funny.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't know,
lots.
it's just, it's like, it's not about, I don't think it's even about I'm attached to the fabrics anymore. I think it's that it has to serve some good. It has to, like, it was thousands of dollars. It's beautiful stuff. It's got to go for some good. And I don't know what
That's
that is
awesome.
right now, but
Well, I can relate to that in that, been a makeup artist for what, 30 something years. And then I was also in the elder care or whatever you want to call in that field for those many years. So I had both businesses and they were both like out there and, then private clients navigating and then like weddings and like just, everything. And just completely both just really, really put it out there. And I think I got 2 weddings this summer. That was it, right? And now I said, and I no private clients, one, and then these cleaning clients coming out of my yin yang. I'm like, please stop. Can it be something more exciting?
And then you
But
got a job with the elderly.
and then I got a job with the other. But my point of it is that I could go into the same race with all my makeup supplies because there's kit after kit after kit after kit.
Yeah.
It's such a big business in Toronto. And now I'm sitting here going, well, and it's this what Winnie was saying about no plans, just let it be.
let
It's
it
gonna be
be.
what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I
And,
think so.
and when
too.
it's time and if it's to be given, whatever, I have no clue. It
Right.
might be that somebody says, hey, can you teach me? Or you just don't know what's gonna
You
happen.
don't know. I know. I
So,
don't know.
It's
I don't
perfect.
know.
And that's the perfection of it.
Yeah.
It's all lined up perfectly the way it's to be.
Yeah.
We're not in charge. Well, we are if we align,
Yeah.
but idea.
So maybe the new value is the power of letting go of resistance.
That's
Wow,
right.
do I really value that?
It's all that. It's
Well, that's good, Lucy.
every bit of it is resistance.
The
It's
power
Lucy,
of
it's
that.
never been about you.
What?
It's never been about you.
Oh,
And you know what? I mean, it's like you might crave things, right? But you gotta be in the vibration of, I don't know. It's just like so funny.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of letting go, and thank God for the energy that has been doing what it's been doing, because it has been so supportive of allowing us to dismantle, because everything that's happening, like, what is it like, there would be like this one video I would be listening to, and it's like, oh, this whistleblower has come out and blah blah blah. So I had always used what they're using on what's happening on the planet. I always use it on myself. It's like, oh, so Lucie, why don't you be your own whistleblower and blow this popsicle stand and reveal and and come out with whatever it is that you're hiding that's so distorted, right? So I would use it on myself. It's like, okay, be your own whistleblower on yourself.
Awesome.
So if you were a whistleblower on myself, if I was my own whistleblower, what would I be exposing, to the world? And then I was listening to Bashar, and he was talking about, we play hide and seek with ourselves. And the funny thing is, when you get into it, it's like, yeah, I'm hiding me from me, but I know where I hid me. So I'm not really hiding now, am I?
Yeah.
So you might as well just come out, like there's no hiding. But earlier, in an older, heavier, denser vibration, yeah, you could hide yourself and lock yourself right into denial, totally put the blinders up and have life go by and not even see anything. But that's not how it's happening now. Like, if you are connected and in the conversation and plugging away, and what do they say? They are saying, the collective is saying, and people that are connected to the percentages of the population that will be moving into the 5th dimension, is you had to have lived 51% of your life serving others, sharing a smile, offering help. Like, you would have to have half your life or half of your day or half of your vibration be connected to helping others.
So when you have 4 kids and 4 grandkids, you kind of qualify, huh?
Oh, that's 80. You're like in the 80, 90s now.
Percentile.
Overqualified.
Yeah, like, nah, you're good.
Oh my gosh. Funny.
So, you know what, even if you've had like a really rough time yourself for years, but still had the heart to give, you know, and still serve. I mean, that's what's going to be moving you up into the higher dimensions, right? Because
Okay.
some people go like, oh my God, am I going to make it? Or am I going to, it's like, listen, if you just relax into it and still your mind, like it'll be fine. And it's been interesting because this week people have been really hardcore alcoholics have been coming out and wanting help now. And so just recently, just this week, I've been working with one girl in Costa Rica, and she was, you know, a whole 9 days. It was a 9-day bender she was on. And I'm saying, girl, you ain't getting any younger. Like, now it's time. So I've put her on just back to back Cornelius and meditations just to get the nervous system down, because the breathing is just out of control. And she's like, okay, I'm feeling I can do this, right? So people are reaching out, and it's not like she's not a bad person. She's just a good person that's just lost her way. So reaching out to these people. So that's what they say, 51%. And that also brings me to Sound of Freedom. I went and finally saw the movie. I was a little nervous because I've known about this stuff for a long time, but the movie was pretty tamed. Very, very tame, considering, you know, a lot of stuff that I've seen, and even myself I've witnessed, you know, over the years. And how many times I've called Children's Aid. How many times? That's just part of when you're hanging out with addicts and alcoholics and helping them recover. There's a lot of shit going on in the family, and the kids get it. So yeah, I've had to call Children's Aid quite a few times.
Wow.
So yeah, so the movie is awesome, and you can even pay it forward, you can even gift it, or you can even not even have to pay. Oh, so here's the story. I walked to the theater because it wasn't working on my phone, the app, to buy the ticket.
Okay.
So I walked to the theater, 30 minutes. It's going to start by the time I get there. I get to the screen to buy the ticket. I can't figure out where the thing is to choose that movie.
Okay.
This older couple comes up who's never bought a ticket off the screen. Can you help us buy a ticket? My movie's about to start in like 2 minutes, right? And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, what movie you want to go see? Sound of Freedom. I'm like, oh, okay, get in here. Let's get this done, right? So he found the picture. Like, I couldn't find the picture. He goes, oh, that one. I'm like, oh God, there it is. So he finds the picture. Blah, blah, blah. We go through the whole thing, process, tickets, boom. But when the chart shows up where the tickets or the seats are, there was only 3 seats in the whole theater available. 2 green seats were lighting up for him and his wife, and there was 1 seat right beside it available. And he goes, oh, do I choose these seats? I go, no, I think they're choosing it for you, and those are the only ones left in the theater. He goes, oh, wow. So he chooses those seats, and then I get him the tickets, and I'm like, okay, go, go, go. I know there's only that 1 seat left. So I go in, I purchase my ticket, and then I end up sitting beside the old couple. The ticket for. The place was packed. I
Wow.
was like, wow, this is serious. So it's got great momentum in this part of the town anyways. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. So yeah, a good movie to see. And
Why are some people writing that it's the other side making this movie? And like, why is this happening?
Yeah, I heard that, like, what was it? Who was it that, who are they calling that are bad mouthing it?
The son of the Mexican mafia guy who's a billionaire is the one who,
He's the
who,
director.
the director,
Is he?
but it's his
Oh.
son, it's not him.
No, not him in the movie, not the guy in the movie, but the guy who directed it is from Mexico, and the #1 trafficking is coming out of Mexico.
And it's his father who's like this big mafia guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And so some people are saying that it's, it's not good. It's, coming from the other side, but it's like everything, right? They're trying to confuse us.
Absolutely.
And
And I heard that too. I heard, oh, this is a psyop and this is that. And I'm like, wow. Can you imagine how many hits that Tim Ballard and Jim and all them guys are getting? Like, we're only hearing little bits.
They are
So
fighting.
when you expose the truth, the belly
Yeah.
of Hollywood and all this nonsense, yeah, you're going to get whacked.
But the thing is that the people who have been whistleblowing on all this have been suicided and murdered. So that's another thing they're saying. Well, I mean, these guys are up there. They're not, it's in theater, so it's not real. I mean, it's real because they slowly are releasing some information, but they're not really giving us the real.
But what else I heard was that, what they did not expose is that the government is behind all of it. They didn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. So they kind of made it look like,
Banditos.
these horrible, thugs from the jungle are doing it. They didn't really point the fingers at anybody.
That's not true. That's not true. It is he was from the Homeland Security. This person who decided to go after the bad guys was a worker from the Homeland Security, and they arrested somebody, and he pretended to be a person who would be interested in finding a child.
Yeah, I know, but
himself.
the thing is that they say that he came from Homeland Security, but they were trying to stop him, so he quit his job. But he
No,
never
they didn't try to stop him. They said they cannot support the amount of money that he would need to pretend that
do
he's a person like them.
whatever.
That to trap them. Yeah, that is the reason. You have to really see the movie. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've
Yeah,
listened
so
to all the.
don't talk about it. Don't talk about it unless you see it. Please.
I've
go
heard
and see it
all of
for
his,
yourself.
and I've heard
Do
all of
not
his.
listen to other people. Do not. I promise you. It is such a beautifully made movie.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
beautifully made movie.
And there
They're
is one
trying-
interview.
They're trying to keep the ugliness out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
He has just gone for the
Yeah, it's
sensitive
too hard to
part.
handle.
Yeah, it's a good entry.
They're deliberately made it so beautifully that they cannot upset anybody.
Right.
There is
It is
one interview
beautiful.
where they are mentioning that, the government is not handling the borders.
Yes.
And there's a
I heard
problem.
I listened to all the interviews, and yes, I agree with that. But what
Oh,
I'm saying is that
it's
they
getting
don't
mentioned.
have it in the movie. They don't have it in the movie that there's anything about the government.
Right.
So
Another thing
Not
is
real.
that without support of the local police, those guys cannot be caught.
mhm,
So he is getting the support from the local police
that's right.
in every city where they are going,
Right.
where they are arresting them,
Mhm.
Right.
where they are catching them. So how can you say that the government is not involved? Where is the police coming from?
No, but what I'm saying is they were very careful. That's why there's maybe not a hit on them, because they were very careful not to point their fingers at the government.
Right.
Right.
So hopefully, they'll be protected, and they're men of God, so hopefully they'll be protected.
Yeah, I think it's very well done, but that was the beginning. And
Right.
there's more to come. So we're
Oh,
just
yeah.
starting. We're
I
just starting.
think so, yeah.
That was a soft exposure.
Yeah.
That's right. Mhm.
Yeah, and I've suggested it to a couple of people, friends, and my sister, they will not see, I would never go see something like that. Oh, really?
Yeah, it sounded very bad. That is why I'm saying it
Yeah.
sounds very bad, because we know that these things have been happening for a long time.
Yeah, we
know
do.
about it. So
Yeah, but
we
it's
are
very well
expecting
done.
the worst, but the movie is made so beautifully
Yeah,
anybody can see it
right.
without any issues.
Yeah.
But people do cry. I mean, you see all these videos of people walking out and just being devastated, emotional. And those are people who knew about it already before. And maybe even
Yeah.
more so because they know what's really behind it.
I
Yeah.
was just sitting and waiting, and there was a group of people around me, and we all discussed the movie just like that. Anybody who saw the movie wanted to talk about it
Right.
to other people. It was
Yeah.
a movie that you want to share.
Yeah.
You want to share. You get that
Mm.
feeling when you come out.
Yes, my daughter and I are going to see it together.
Whoa.
Yahoo!
I've been waiting for her because I'm dying to go. I wanted to go last week, but yeah, she said no, she wants to go with me. So
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I
Have you
saw
seen it?
I saw
awesome.
somebody.
Did
Sorry.
Danny see it? Danny see it? Danny, have you seen it?
Yeah, Danny has seen the movie.
Yes, I have, and I call it a soft disclosure because they have to bring this, slowly.
that's right. Yeah.
Something that the average person can handle. I mean, everybody loves children, and to
Right.
think that children are being trafficked is
Right.
unbelievable to us. Yeah, it gives you hope that they're breaking down these pedophile rings, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
that these guys are being arrested,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he says it in
Danny, your
Oh.
internet. We're cutting you off, Danny.
The YouTube videos are more open. The videos-
Maybe Danny's cutting himself off. I don't know. Do we cut him off?
no,
or
my
does he cut
internet
us?
is being
Internet is fine.
stretched here.
Stretch.
So you didn't hear what I said?
No.
No.
But yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to bring it out. I didn't think it was going to create but it's a good movie if you haven't seen it yet.
Wow.
Also, I was talking with a friend of mine in Costa Rica. She's also a light worker and she does awesome work. And we kept playing, trying to catch up. And she's like, I don't know, you keep coming to mind, Lucie, you keep coming to mind. And I said, oh, so I'm like, so we finally talked and I'm like, hey, what's happening? And she's got some cool gifts. So we're talking, and then all of a sudden I saw her speaking on this call. And just like last week, having Martha on the call, sharing her gifts and what she does. And I was talking to my friend, and she's like, oh, she's got this thing about being on video. And I'm like, you're going to be on video and you're going on YouTube.
That's right.
So she's like, okay, let me get back to you on that. But anyways, so she said yes, that she'll be on the call, and that's so cool. So we're going to have another guest, I don't know, next week or the week after.
Excellent.
So yeah, so you know what? Once I got on it, I realized, shit, there are a lot of light workers out there doing a lot of great stuff, whether it be light language or working with sacred geometry or channeling or,
Right.
or modalities, right? It's like, even Milan, a lot of people know Milan here, he does sound healing bowls. And that in itself is very healing.
Mhm.
But his internet's not that good where he is, so can't really trust it to be strong so that the sounds will come through properly.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so there's a lot of wow, that just made me think I should grab the girlfriend that we did the sound healing bath in Costa Rica, have her come on.
Please bring it
That's
on.
it. Yeah, so it's exciting. And also if you know people that want to be on, yeah, we're here. There's also another group that I connected with recently. is Unstoppable Empowering Women Facebook group that lots and lots and lots of support for anything that you guys want to, that you're creating in your life. There's a lot of support there. And a lot of coaches in there that are willing to trade. So that's a good group to be in. I could put it in the chat. And they get back to you right away, and they're all like, yep, we're here. How can we help you? Want to offer you this and that. So that was very cool too.
Can I share something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was on with Cornelius until 8:45. And,
Oh, Lord.
the last lady, she had issues with her ego. She said, her ego is getting so much in the mind. So he gave her the example, and he said it came from her, that imagine a tug of war rope. Like it has one end is your ego, and that's yourself. And another one is somebody who looks like you is also ego. And if both of them are pulling and you're in the middle, what's going to happen? Who's going to win? Nobody. Nobody wins. So that is the way he showed her, that you just have to drop the rope and let it all go.
Yeah.
And then he did a process with her, and she realized it. She cried a lot, and she came out of it.
Wow.
So I like
Very
that, the
good.
tug of war rope. Like, it
Yeah,
has
it's
the
very
middle line,
visual.
and the rope has a middle marking. And then you
Yeah.
imagine that both sides of your ego are pulling you.
It certainly definitely feels that way sometimes.
And it does. It happens with people. I know somebody who is like that, like she just cannot see the side that you want to see. Show her. So finally, I decided it's better to just drop it and go.
Yeah, it's
You know,
just let it go.
it's interesting what you're just saying.
One has to let go.
Roxanne, it reminded me of this thing I read, this post that they were talking about the answer that they were asking about your ego. And the master answered and said, this is interesting, take the first answer that comes and not the second. That's where you make mistakes all the time. You have to be conscious enough to accept the first answer that you ask for and not wait for the next one, which is much clearer from the ego in your head. And I just thought it was interesting. We were just talking about it. So it's important. So every time you get a message, ask again and get the first answer. The first answer that comes so quickly, almost before you finish asking the question, is from your soul. After that comes everything from your ego and everything else of that. Anyway, it just goes on. But I just thought that was really interesting. You were just talking about that. So I read that and I was like, wow, this is a great little practice that, if we start to, then you really get more tapped into listening to your soul instead of waiting and waiting. And then those answers are from the ego because it has more time to plan.
From the heart.
Right.
The heart talks to you, but you don't pay attention.
Yeah, your soul. Sounds good. I like what you said.
Yeah. So this is definitely the year of letting go of resistance, everything and anything that is keeping the nonsense in place. I call it nonsense.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. But you know what? Don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, we've gone through some crazy training that, and we've become masters at, avoiding ourselves. That's been the plan from day one, a million years now. So it's okay. The fact that you are waking up and becoming conscious now, like, yay, that's great. That's great. And then being there for other people. So
great time of change.
I was listening. Yeah. And I was listening to a what do you call, I can never remember the hypnotic process that Dolores Cannon.
UHHT.
Okay. So she was doing a video. I think I put the link in. I put the links in, and she was doing a hypnosis thing with this one guy. And he was like downloading, or hundreds of ascended masters were coming through him.
Wow.
And the light and the energy was pouring into him. Like he was literally like shaking like crazy on the bed, and
Wow.
like a child that just
Gasping.
was ready to jump off the couch any second. I thought for sure he was going to come out of that. And he goes, "This is so exciting. It's so exciting." And he goes, "They're all here. They're all talking." Anyways, you got to listen to it. But the thing that got me, I cried in 2 spots in that video, because when you've known your whole life that what the heck is happening, this is not right, to we got to make this right and head into that path. And now we're heading into that path. And, you know, you just feel like you've been in this waiting pattern for so long. And in it, he talks about that, right? So it's a beautiful video of a guy being hypnotized with all these ascended masters coming through him, and he's sharing everything that's coming. It's right around the corner. It's happening for everyone. There is going to be lots of light hitting the planet. There's going to be a lot of upgrades.
Yes, good.
And he goes, and for all of you that have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, he goes, it's here, it's here, it's here. And he's saying it so excited. He's like coming
Should
out of
be.
his skin, right?
He was gasping, literally.
Oh,
I felt like he would die.
I know. I thought, oh my God, he's gonna have a heart attack, because he was so excited. Anyways, I put that in the link, and
It was beautiful. I saw that.
it was so inspiring, because I've been one of those kids that have been waiting and waiting for a long time.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
But the voice
So
still told him at the end that it's still not him. Like he's so anxious to go to the next step, the person who's doing the thing. And
yeah,
he thought he could never be hypnotized.
yeah. And he came to her house many times. He
Mhm.
goes, but he was too distracted at the time. Every time he came, he was too distracted to be focused on being hypnotized. So can you imagine? And he's actually a big light worker.
Right.
And he was distracted every time to never get into that hypnotic state. Anyways, there was another thing I wanted to share with you. All us light workers on the planet, we are all coming together to put this, because they showed me this analogy. It's a huge puzzle. Okay. Like imagine this massive puzzle. It's like massive. It's got like 1 million pieces, and we're all holding our piece. And we all need to go to the puzzle and put our piece into the puzzle. And the puzzle does not get complete without all of us putting in our little piece. All right. So
Very-
you could be hanging on to your piece forever, for years, and it's not your time to put the piece in the puzzle yet. But we are all connected to this massive puzzle, and it's huge. And there's going to be a lot of people that have already put their pieces in, and there's tons that, so we don't know what the picture looks like, because there's so many pieces that are missing. We don't know what the picture is, but we all have a piece of that puzzle, and we're all going to be showing up to that puzzle and eventually putting our piece in, and it'll be complete one day.
Collective.
Beautiful. Mhm.
So that's how valuable you are in this game that we're playing as light workers. And, you know, moving through, bringing your light, just
Right.
keep moving forward, keep staying connected, stay grounded. Yeah, it's okay to have a shitty day. It's okay to have a shitty moment. It's okay to like cry your eyes out and look stupid. It's all part of it. It's all part of
Yeah.
it.
It is. We're
yeah.
humans,
Yeah.
right?
And then I thought you were gonna say, and drink lots of water.
And drink lots of water. I
And
do that
breathe.
anyway, so I'm just assuming everybody else is.
Room
Mhm.
temperature, not cold.
Mm,
Yeah.
good.
So with that, I want to just do a quick little meditation. If you guys don't mind,
Yep.
and we'll just wrap this up. Does anybody else have a burning desire to say anything before we go into?
Hi, Martha.
Nope,
I love it.
Hi, Charlotte.
we're ready.
You know, like the Waltons. Good night, John boy.
You're dating yourself.
I know.
Mhm.
All right. So
Well,
I just want to piggyback on that vision that I had the other day of the big puzzle. It's a huge, huge, huge
Okay.
puzzle. It's like maybe 10 football fields.
like massive.
It's a massive puzzle. There's millions and millions of pieces. And we don't know what the picture is, but there is a picture of the globe, the planet, Gaia is definitely in there because I could see part of the planet. So
Where did Winnie go?
we're going to do our meditation now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to mute y'all's all out for just a 5-10 minute. And then we're going to try to wrap it up at 9:30. So I want you to think of this puzzle, and I want you to really get present to the fact that you have a piece of the puzzle, and you are connected to everyone that has a piece of the puzzle. And that we don't know who's got pieces of the puzzle. It could be the homeless. It could be the rich guy. We don't know. But if we knew that they had a piece of the puzzle, and say they were somebody that you had difficult time with, but they had a piece of the puzzle, would you treat them differently? Would you all of a sudden go, oh my God, we're the same people, and we're all part of the same mission, is to tip this world back into balance. So with that is, you never know. So that's why everybody that you come across is worthy, just like you are worthy of love and kindness. And that you have value just like the next person has value. So we take that picture and just visualizing you holding on to that piece. And you don't know what you got. Maybe you got part of a bird, or maybe you got part of a tree, or part of an alien, or part of the sky. But whatever it is, it's full of crystal codes, and it's full of light codes, and it's full of, you know, ascended master powers that was granted to you. You're the holder of that piece of the puzzle. You were given that piece to carry until it's time to place it into the puzzle. So we're all doing our bit. Some of us are on very colorful routes, you know, weaving up and down mountains and going through tunnels and across waters to still do everything that we are meant to do and go through before we arrive to putting in the piece. So there's no time frame. So that's why it's all living in the moment, and every step gets presented to the next step. Now it's okay to look ahead and create all the desires, but the desires have to be connected to how do you want it to feel. So it's all about connecting to how you want to feel. So if you want that new relationship, or if you want that new house, or you want to travel to that new country, or you want to have optimal health, have to just tune into how it would feel. Or you want to help more clients, or better your skills, or heighten your intuition. How would it feel? And really, it's all about looking at the end in mind. So if you had it, you already have it. You already have the new place. You already have the new health. You're already serving another 100 people. How does it feel? And knowing that you have a piece of this puzzle should tell you that you are the chosen one. And anyone who comes on these calls or any other ascended calls, or any other coaches or other people out there that are sharing the information, also have pieces of the puzzle. Just know that you are doing the work. And all the ascended masters and all the galactic beings and all the light beings that are here on our behalf know that we have pieces of the puzzle. They know who we are. And they're working along with us, moving us closer and closer. But some of us have to do a bunch of stuff before we even get to the same country where the puzzle is. We still have a lot of work to do. Boots to the ground. Is what our friend at Soulology says all the time. So anytime you're feeling lost or frustrated or you give up, just know that there's a piece of puzzle in you, in your pocket, somewhere on you, in your heart. And you're very valuable to this whole ascension, this whole timeline that we're in right now, this whole reality. And how we're shifting, we're elevating, we're raising the frequency. So the next generation can do their thing. So it's about taking it easy on yourself, being love and kind to yourself. And when you're doing that to yourself, it is very easy to do it to the next person. It takes no effort. Be patient. Be curious. Be your own whistleblower. Let go of any resistance, control. We are just starting to see and witness miraculous events. Even though it feels like a lot has happened, a lot happens in 1 week, it's only going to speed up. Lots of appreciation for everybody here and all the beings that are here is helping, assisting, helping us on our journey, co-creating with us, guiding us, helping us to move forward, helping us to relax, be patient, be focused, be here in the now, increase our awareness. We'll ask Danny to close the circle with a short prayer.
We wish to close this circle at this time, and we wish to give thanks to all those beings that are helping us at this time, whether it be Father, Mother, God, Ascended Master, an angel, a spirit guide. We're very grateful for all the care and the support and the guidance that they give us each and every day, helping us and to fulfill our journey here on this planet. We are really grateful and thankful for all of these beings that are behind us 150%. And I have so much gratitude for all the work and the love and the healing that they send us at this time. For we accept all of this as manifest right here and now. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll
Thank
see you
you,
next
everyone.
week.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yep, bye now.
Bye-bye.